Before this start, he knew what Canada Day was, but not what it meant inside a packed Blue Jays stadium. Listen for the moment a visiting American player realizes he's part of something bigger than a baseball game.
The corner of my eye, and I was like, wait, is that it? Or is that not it? But I think there was. So if there's the fan somehow listens to this podcast, I'd like him to identify himself and if it's a custom made jersey for him or a former player. Because I know before, I think I don't know if they still do. I think we have to turn those jerseys in and then they auction them off because they were like exclusive. It was one time. We only wore them on Canada Day. I know now. I don't know if they still do, Mitch, but do they still only wear them on Canada Day? Because I know for a while they were wearing
Usually,
the red
yeah.
jerseys.
I
Or
think like
every once in
sometimes on like Victoria Day long weekend they'll bust them out, but it's no more than 2 or 3 times during the year for sure.
Okay, so yeah, I'd be curious to see if that whose jersey that fan was wearing. But yeah, I did see the angry bird behind home plate yesterday, I believe. So maybe I'm wrong, but I thought I saw it.
No, I believe it. I just like once you get a red, it's the one day of the year where you're like, okay, time to bring this back out. I'm going to a Jays game. It's Canada Day. It's probably the one day every year that that guy wears that jersey. So if there's ever a time for it to be in the crowd. But as I mentioned, you have some Canada Day history. The one start, 2009 Canada Day start, 8 shutout innings, 7 strikeouts against the Rays. I'm not sure if you know this or not, but by game score, which is it's like a baseball reference stat. That's a composite of like the runs, how deep you pitch in a game, the runs you allowed, strikeouts, walks, all of that. The greatest start, the highest game score, the greatest start by a Blue Jays starter on Canada Day in franchise history. So that's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow, that's cool. I figured they for sure would have had somebody. I mean, when you think about all the great pitchers that have ran through that organization, you think that there was a complete game in there by like Dave Steve or something, or Pat Henkin or Roy Halladay. But that's really cool. And I still remember that start big time. I mean, you're talking about a lineup that was at the time, I believe the Rays were coming off in 2008. They were Is that when they
yeah,
were in the World Series?
yeah, against the Phillies.
Yeah, and I mean when you think about that lineup that were running out, it was from Carl Crawford, Evan Longoria, Jason Bartlett. I mean, I'm throwing out names, BJ Upton, who else? Ben Zobrist, like guys that were dudes during that time. And I remember I was still fairly young when it came to knowing my way around the league. It was July. It was only what 4 or 5 months into the season. So I was still really, really young. Didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what Canada Day was, to be honest with you, Mitch. I knew what it was. I didn't know what it meant to the people. And I remember before I went out, they're like, "Man, you wait, you got the Canada Day start." All the guys were like saying, "You got the Canada Day start." I was like, "Yeah, what's the big deal?" They're like, "Dude, wait." And then you go out there and it's like a mini opening day type of atmosphere. Everyone's hyped up. I feel like everyone's boozed up on beer, and the bars open up early, and again, I knew what it was. I didn't know what it meant to the people of Canada. And when you go out there, there's just even though I wasn't born there or anything like that, there was some sense of pride, and it just felt like, man, like you feel Canadian for that day. And the people rally, the fans rally around you, and the fact that you go out there and Cito Gaston, I remember, I mean, I think I got out of like two bases loaded jams and the crowd just going crazy. It was so awesome. And the fact, like, again, the defending AL champs and all that stuff, it was just such a cool moment. The fact that Cito let me go back out for the eighth inning. And I just remember I almost gave up a home run at the end to Carl Crawford, and Bautista caught it I still remember it, caught it right at the warning track. And it was just like amazing. You go out there, 8 innings, shutout ball, and you're just like, man, couldn't it happen at a perfect time? Canada Day. I can't remember where we were at sitting in the standings, but like you mentioned, Mitch, it's one of those days where we don't care what the standings are as fans. We care that you guys go out there and play hard on Canada Day because it means a lot. And obviously now being married to a Canadian woman and my kids being half Canadian, I've been there. Uh, Post baseball career on Canada Day, and it's so special, man. I mean, I know Fourth of July here in the United States is big, but there's something different about July 1st in Canada, and it's really really cool. The fact that I got to do it twice in my career was beyond special. And anytime you drew that game after I found out what I was, I was like, man, I hope I draw it next week or next year. I want to pitch on July 1st. I want to pitch on July 1st. But the fact that I did it for 2 out of my 4 years in the big leagues was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, that is really cool. I think you're right. It's like obviously like I went to school in the States, so I was around for a couple Fourth of Julys. I feel like, and I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way. Like the Fourth of July means a lot in the U.S., but like Americans, I find are just like naturally more patriotic all year round. Canadians, they get patriotic for big moments, but there isn't like the national pride doesn't like isn't a constant like throughout the year. But on Canada Day, it's like they put out the big flag. Everyone's wearing red. Like more people were singing the anthem in the crowd yesterday than at any point since the World Series last year. Like it ratchets it
That's a
up a
special.
little. Yeah, it
That's a
is pretty
special. Like
special.
they bring out the huge flag. Everything about it is like the Toronto Blue Jays do it so right, man. I mean, everything they do pre-game ceremony, and I know they had six former Canadian baseball legends out there, and they just always seem to get it right the way that they do things, the way that they honor not only the game of Canadian baseball, but just the country itself. And I know the ladies that work behind the scenes and making sure that this is ran correctly and properly, and all of it is just special. Again, when you see that big ass flag, man, in center field, and
And
you
it's
see
big. It's bigger than other organizations' big flags. I'll say that.
it almost looks like the ones that they bring out for the World Cup.
Yeah. No.
Honestly,
Exactly. Yeah.
and yeah, it's just all of it is such a special day. Again, I don't think I ever took it for granted, and I remember other guys that got to pitch on Canada Day. I was like, wait till you go out there, man. It's just a different feeling. You really do feel that Canadian patriotism. You're just like, man, this is cool. Like you feel like you're one of them. And like I said, now that I get to experience it from post career with my kids, with my wife, it's really cool.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. It
Oh,
was
and
the
I was gonna say this the second start I had on Canada Day was really cool because I think it was we played the Phillies and it was Roy Halladay's homecoming. I think he
Oh
threw
wow.
I think it was that weekend where that was the first time since he got traded that he got to come back. He pitched against us, I believe, the day before Canada. I was hoping I'd match up with him. It was me against Kyle Kendrick, and I think I went like 6 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, four total. We ended up losing, I believe, or maybe let me see. I have it up here. We ended up losing it late in the game, 7-6. Gave up 2 runs in the ninth. But I remember the whole everything about it being about Roy Halladay, and rightfully so. I mean, the fact that he got to pitch against the Toronto Blue Jays, the Blue Jay fans got to watch him one more time at the Rogers Center, except he was wearing a different uniform, was really cool. I believe Jose Bautista might have taken him deep that game. So yeah, so I again, it's you. I remember my opening day starts, and I never got to pitch in October, but I definitely remember my Canada Day starts. Always, it was just always very very special.
Do you think Canada Day at a Jays game is closer to opening day, a playoff game, or something totally its own? Leave your take in the comments and like and subscribe for more clips like this.